Alright guys, so we are live now. So let's see how this is gradually accumulating. So let's see the result. Alright, so that's a big loss and that's a huge loss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this and recover manual. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to stop and we watch again. So this is exactly how I do it every day. And don't forget, losses are inevitable, and that is why you are meant to fund the amount you can afford to lose. Okay, the amount you can afford to risk, that's what you should fund. Don't over leverage, like don't over fund. So the reason I'm not taking all of these multipliers now is because we are at the phase of trying to recover the loss that we encountered earlier. So after then, you can now continue getting all of this multiplier. So we are down by 77 naira. So if we just need one more win and we are going to spike up back to the green zone. So let's watch patiently. I want to confirm if I'm still live. Alright. Okay. So let's continue. So we want to confirm. Now we've seen our signal, so we want to confirm if this signal is valid or not. I'm going to go to my software. One point 0.03, 1.86. 1.00, 9.05. So we need one more input. So we have 1.87. Okay, so it says it's a good signal for 2x, and we just only need to target just 5%. So I'm safe to go in on this. So let's see the result. Alright, so boom, we are back. So can you see? So we've spiked up even above this, and we are in profit. So we start from our base stake again. So that's it. You just don't, since, because if I should lose that, then the account is gone. Okay, so that is why we need, after getting our signal, we need our software to confirm whether this thing is okay for us to enter or not. So in as much as it has given us a go ahead that is okay, then you enter. So let's continue taking all the multipliers. Alright, so we had a loss, and but we recovered it, and we are even up in profit. So anytime I have like 2 consecutive loss, like anytime I have 2 loss, and the third leg I am going to recover it. Immediately I was able to recover it at the third leg, I go back to the first leg. But if I couldn't recover at the third leg, so at the fourth leg is where we start using our software. So in order to make something tangible, at least our wins is going to be around 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 upward. That's when we can have something tangible. Alright, so we've hit our stop loss for the second time again. So this time around we are going manually. So to do that, we use our software again to confirm if this is a valid entry. Alright, it tells us that it's a higher probability for us to enter. So I'm going to enter again. So let's wait and see the result. Alright, so that's a good trade. We go again, just one more win for us to recover. One more win. So by one more win, if we can have one more win, we are going to push up in profit and recover our lost amount. And if that last second win was a loss, then boom, we are out of the market. So that is why it is advisable and recommended that you should go to the market with the amount you can afford to risk and take calculated risk. Okay, so all of this I'm doing is a calculated risk. I'm trying to minimize my risk. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so it says that there is no strong signal detected, so we are going to scrap that signal and continue. Alright, so let's enter from this. Alright, so no strong signal detected again, so you have to scrap all of those signal and wait for a stronger one. Alright, so you can see I'm chatting with someone, so it has taken us away from game we are playing. So let's go back there. I don't think he knows I'm alive. So, but he has seen my message, so he should join the live now. So let's continue from where we stop. Alright, so let's just continue from here. You have to start all over again. So you have to start all over again. But we all know where we stop, right? We need just one more win to recover and still be in profit. So let's wait for the. We are waiting for the um, multiplier that we are going to input in our software. So immediately we see the signal here, we are going to go to our software and input the signal to confirm if it is a valid signal or a false signal. Alright, so we can see this at the moment on the screen. So we are going to input all of this to our software. So we have 20.95. We go and input that. Then let's wait for the results. So it tells us that we can now purchase high probability for the next. We can purchase up to 2x, and we only need just 5%. So which means it's a valid signal. So let's enter our last. This is going to be our last stake. If this is a loss, don't forget we are going to be out of the market, and I said fund the amount you can afford to risk or lose to the market in a day, so that the next day you will be able to come back and recover the loss. So let's continue. So now we are up, and admin, we were able to see our previous profit. We see that we've broken from this low here to the high here, and we've come even with extra profit. So we started all the way from just 2,000 naira. So let's go, and we said we need like 1,500 wins to like 2,000 plus wins for us to come out with something meaningful from this market. So let's continue. Alright, so I think we are eating more losses at the moment, and that's because we are at the evening time. So but let's just continue, since we are recovering manually back with our software. So let's see the outcome. We are starting from here now. Let's input that. Alright, so it tells us that there is no strong signal detected, so which means that's not a valid signal. We have to scrap it out. So basically, before we see our signal, this is exactly the same way I do it every single day, and making all those huge capital you are seeing, huge withdrawal, huge profit. This is exactly the time I'm putting into it. So we should have taken that signal, but it's gone already. So okay, this is another one. 1.234. So we have 1.02 to 0.33, 1.02 to 0.33, 1.35, 1.35, 1.02 to 0.59, 1.022 to 0.59. So it says no strong signal, so let's just leave it. So basically, it's a semi-automated software because it needs human intervention, and that's the best type of software. So you are going to be monitoring the market, monitoring everything, the way it's going. So it's like you are buying and selling. So you want to ensure that okay, what you are buying, what you are selling, you comes out with profit from it each and every time you go to the market. So you have to monitor it. You just don't leave the software by itself to keep running. It's not as if you can't leave it to keep running. You can leave it to keep running, but it's not going to be, you might not be able to like monitor it manually to know when to come out of the market. So that's it. Alright. So there are some days whereby just like this morning trade was really fast and was in a lot of profit. And as I said earlier, it's already getting to evening time, so a lot of things is going to be happening. A lot of people who wants to start closing. I've already studied this thing to some extent, so I know that this evening time is somehow hectic. I don't know how to put it, but anyways, we are still going to find our way out from this. So let's just wait patiently for it. But during that morning time, in the morning, you are going to see most of the market. You are going to milk the market effectively during that morning time. Before you know it, if it was during those morning time, we would have taken like close to 1,500 trade and you will be up with something tangible. But now we have to keep waiting. And if it were to be the morning time, this one will keep losing like this. It won't be as much as this. Sometimes doing all my trade in that morning, it might only be one or two losses. But look at this evening now. I think this is going to be the fourth one. So that's just it. You have to understand it. Alright, 0.003.34, 1.003.34, 1.026.59, 1.026.59, 1.39, 1.39. Alright, it says that this is a high probability of 2x coming next. So let's just enter this with our fund. Alright, boom, that's a winning trade. We need just one more entry, and we are going to recover our losses with profits. So let's start again. Right, we just need one more entry, and after this entry and we were able to recover, that's when we can now start milking all of these multipliers you are seeing here. So there is a way I'm doing it. That is why my strategy is like literally effective. I don't just go to the market all because of I want to make money. I go to the market because I understand the market nature. I understand that this is simulated, so you have to be dynamic with it in nature. Alright, so I think we can still go with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.00, 1.24, 1.00, 1.24, 5.54, 3.26. Okay, so let's analyze. Alright, it says the next signal is going to be 2x, so let's enter that. Alright, boom, and it was so basically we are back with our profit and some extra profit. So we continue from where we stop. It's as simple as that. And you see, so we are boom back even higher than the previous ones, at least a little bit higher. So that means we are now in profit. So basically on a norms you were supposed to be targeting like 10% of the amount you start with, which means I start with 2,000 naira. I should be targeting like 5 to 10% of the capital. So which means by now I've earned 5%. Which means by the time of 10%, 5 to 10% you are really profitable. But I want to make more than that. So and that is why my wins is always around 1,500, 2,000. You get the logic. But in a normal real term, you're supposed to stop and come back. And now that I even add more losses here, so I'm supposed to stop and come back. But let's go because I've made enough profit from the market today. So even if this is a loss, you are coming back tomorrow and recover it. Simple. That's it. So let's go. And you see now that we are milking the multipliers. Now every of the multipliers, our profit is increasing gradually. So that's it. Our profit is increasing. Alright, so on a norms, we are not supposed to be eating these double losses like this, but that's to show you that this thing is really after me. That is why you have to be like, I don't know how to put it. You also have to play it. Exactly. It's trying to play you, you have to play it back. Yeah, they are smart, so you have to play smart on them also. So let's start analyzing from here. We have 1.09, 1.00, 1.05, 1.09, 1.00, 1.05, and I think 1.03. Okay, so then we have 2.03. No signal detected, so we have to wait all over again. Alright, we have 1.00 twice, 1.10, 1.20, 1.00, 1.00, 1.10, 1.20. Then we have 8.70. Oh, sorry, I'm the one that set these limits into this software, and it's going to be a big time problem for us now. Let's try and see if we can usually copy this into another software. So by now we are supposed to just quit from that system. Like we're supposed to quit, because if we're able to recover now, we are supposed to quit and stop trading, because my limit has already expired from the look of things over here. So this is just to caution us not to over trade and be cautious. But as I said, I've come out with more profit. So I just wish to still keep pushing this to something tangible. Let me look for another. I have the 1.5. Okay, so we're having likely next range between 1.00 to 3.60, and our is going to be greater than 2 is 46%. And let me use another one. I don't think 46% is great. 46% out of 100% is low. Let's try using this. And this one, expected waiting time for this one says 27%, 1.56. Okay, so likely next range is between 1.00 to 2.17. We are still not safe here, so the one I would have used is this. So that's 2x, but in as much as it tells us to come back after some time. Okay, I think it's back. Good, it is back. So now we have targeting high probability. Now, the other signals are literally pointing that I should target 2x. Okay, but they are pointing from 1.00 to 2x to 3x, right? But they are given that the probability is less, like 46%. So which means this signal set is not really that strong. At least for a strong signal, it must be given like 50, 55 or so percent. So let's just take it, since the one we are using has confirmed it's 2x. So let's just continue. Let's take it. Alright, so boom. So this is correct. Other ones are also correct because I have I think the second one we took was saying from 1.00 to like 1.50 or 60 something, right? Exactly. So let's go. We need just one more validation. Let's go. So we have 1.01, 1.03, 3.41, 1.01, 1.03, 3.41. So can you see we are back in our profit? So we've left this losing area just to trade. You will be back in your profit. So I immediately started from our base stake. We lost it, we lose the second one, and at the third leg we will recover it back in 2 wins. Then I had to start again from 1. It's part of my strategy that immediately there is a loss on the first leg, on the second leg. By the third leg, immediately you recover it back just like this. You have to start all over again from beginning. Simple. So if you lose the third leg, that's when we can now consider using our software for the last leg, because we want to ensure that that one is accurate. And that was what has been saving us all over all of this, because in the norms, this is evening time and this is the time they are going to make a lot of people out of the market. A lot of people are going to come out of the market with nothing, unless you have an edge, just like me. We just have to be careful. So let's continue. Let's see. So you might not understand the way I'm doing all of this. If you want to know how I'm doing all of this, we can go live one-on-one and I can literally explain one or two things for you. And also, if you want to invest, we also run investment. Okay? Terms and conditions apply, please. And don't forget, the higher you invest, the higher you earn. Alright, so we already encounter another loss. Okay, so we are going to go back manually and do our thing. As I said, we are encountering more losses than often, which means we are meant to quit. But I've told you guys the reason I personally am not quitting. This is still part of my profit, so even if it gets lost in the market, it's not a problem. So we were able to stand up to this extent because of the edge I have. Okay, so we are starting our analysis from here. 1.03, 102.60. So it says no strong signal detected, so I'm going to hold on until we see another valid one. So don't forget, we need two. We need to take two valid winning signal or one loss, then we are out of the market. Either two win or one loss. So if it is two win, we continue. If it is one loss, we are out of the market. So don't forget, there is nothing like 100%, okay, in the market. Everybody knows that. That's not new. But the only guarantee is that the edge you have should be much, because some people might have 70%, some people 80, some people 90. So your edge should be much more. Like your percentage should be, your winning percentage should be more. And I can guarantee my own self of my own winning percentage with all of this breakdown of money management I am doing. And this is not even my full breakdown of money management. There's a way I'm doing my things, and that is why you see I'm only funding just the amount I know I could fund even if the market goes against me, I can still come back the next day. And don't forget, in trading, even waiting means it is only in trading and anything that has to do with, just like this casino, that I know that even waiting simply means winning, right? Because you are literally waiting for the right setup, not doing anything, not taking trade. You have an edge over the market. That's just the plain fact and reality. So basically, this is how I devote all my own time in at home doing all of this. While some people are going to be out there trying to buy and sell, right? I'm buying and selling right from inside. And also, they might not even make up to the amount I will make in a day. That's the most funniest part. We have 1.01, 1.06. One point 92, 1.56, 1.12. It's not a strong signal, so we have to scrap it. You have to patiently scrap it and say you are not buying. Thank you. It's as simple as that. You are not buying. You are not interested in that price. The price is not fair. So you have to let it go. So we have, okay, yes, we have 1.08, 2.61, 1.08, 2.61, 1.00, 1.34, 1.87. We are not interested in buying. We have 1.00, 1.17, not valid. have 1.05, 1.08, not valid also. So I think the market is now trying to become bullish now. The market is bullish. If we can be able to recover back on time, like it seems the bearish market, which has the 1.1.000, are no longer effective in the market. They only come once in a while. So this is a good trend. This is a good time to enter. But we want to recover our loss first before we could enter. So let's patiently wait. 1744. 1, 2, 1, 7. So we have 1.02, 2.40, 1.02, 2.40. We have 1.34, 7.60. And we have 1.47. I think this one is valid. Okay, good. So we are going to enter to recover, and boom. So it remains one more trade. Okay, one more recovery trade, and that's where we can start milking all of these multipliers you are seeing here. 1, 2, 7. We have 1, 8, 1, 2, 1. Okay, 1.00, 8.62, 1.12, 1.00, 8.62, 1.12, 2.56, 1.27, 2.56, 1.27. It's not strong. Let's continue. We have 1.00, 1.02, 1.53. Okay, 1.53 twice. 3.45, I guess. Okay, and that's the high probability. So let's win this and continue. Why is this thing slow? And I've entered the market. What's happening? I don't think this thing gives me profit. It doesn't. So which means the thing did not pick. It did not pick my trade. It did not pick my trade. And if it had picked my trade, we would have won this and our balance would have increased. So it did not pick my trade. We have to wait for another one. Oh, I don't know what makes it go slower there. Let's wait and see. Let's wait for another value signal. 1, 1, 1, 3, 1. 1.07, 1.10, 1.17. 1.07, 1.10, 1.17. 3.5, 1.26. not a strong signal. Okay, just give me a moment, I'm coming. Alright, so let's continue. 1, 5, 1, 1, 3. So I think we're having 1.005.74, 1.005.74. Then we have 1.57, 1.03, 3.25, 1.57, 1.03, 3.25. It's not a strong signal, so you have to continue and wait for a strong signal. We should have 1, 1, 1, 3, 1.04, 1.79. Not what we want. 1, 4, 4, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 1.01, 1.75, 1.22, 1.01, 1.75, 1.22. Then we have 1.11, 5.29, 1.11, 5.29. So it says yes, you can purchase the next one for up to 2x. So let's see. Okay, good. So we recovered back, and if you should check our profit and loss result, you see that we are now in profit, back up. Okay, we are now back up. So this is what we've accumulated so far. In 1000 trade wins, we are able to make 185 naira, and that was because we were unable to make more wins. We were recovering, like we were recovering a lot in this market, so we skip a lot of multipliers just to recover. So let's continue and let's see the outcome now. So our profit is gradually increasing. It's gradually increasing. So we are up 200 in profit. So that means we've made 10% of our startup capital. Okay, we make 10%, and as I said, 10%, 5 to 10% is okay. But as I said, we are going in all. So is either we make something tangible all at once now, or we lose this fund there. Let's see. But we have more edge So which means we have more assurance that we are going to come up with something tangible. At least in this session, let's just say, because this is going to be the last session, let's just say, okay, we are hoping to make like 500 to 1000 naira. So let's see, wait. So that means we're able to make like 25 to 50% of the initial capital, because initial capital is 2000 naira. So if we can make 1000 naira, we make 50%. And if we can make 500 naira, we make 25%. So let's wait and see the outcome. So now I said earlier that the market is already trying to become bullish. Okay, I think now it's already coming back to us. It's already getting back at us. So let's now use our software to recover manually. And look, now we are having like close to 7 losses now, which is not supposed to be so. Which I said on a normal day, I do have just 1 or 2 losses before I hit my targeted profit. But now we are having way much more. Okay, and that's because we are trying to over leverage or over trade. Let me just say that. So we have 1.03, 1.02, 1.46, 1.02, 1.46. So we have 3.62. So we have 1.63. Okay. It says we've taken 10 trade, but it says we should buy. Okay, it says we should buy. So let's buy 1800 and let's see the result. Okay, good. That was massive. So it remains just one more trade to recover back with profit. So this is our last leg, like the 1H you see me using is always our last leg. So it's either we lose it. If we should lose it, then we are out of the market for the day. So it's either we have 1 loss like that, or we have 2 wins. Then we can continue. But if we should have 1 loss, we are out of the market. But if we can have 2 wins, we've recovered all the losses with profit, then we can continue. So that is why we are using our software, so that it can give us much more accurate signal. Okay. Look at that massive multiplier, 3,985. So we have 1.04, 2.28, 1.22. 1.04, 2.28, 1.22. 2.03, 1.08. It's not a strong signal, so we have to scrap it. We are not buying. We are not interested in buying that. 11734. It's not valid. 1, 2, 4, 1, 3. 2, 1.07, 1.36. 2.93. So we have 2.35. 2.35. It's not a strong signal, so you just have to scrap that. We are not buying. We are not buying. You just need, I think, one more, right? Let me confirm. Yeah, we need one more. Just one more. So we have 1.05, 1.04. Then we have 1.32, 1.34. Analyze that. It's not stay strong. So we have, I should have entered that. Okay. Let's wait for a valid one. 1, 2, 1, 1, 5. 1.00, 2.80, 1.26. 1.00, 2.80, 1.26. 1.12, 7.11. 1.12, 7.11. Okay, good. That's a valid strong signal. So let's opt in and see if we are going to come out profitably, just like this. Yes. So our buying is successful. We can continue. So now we are up in profit. And you see that we are up in profit. So we continue. Let me start with 13. Alright, so we are caught up again. So let's recover this. 1.003.63, 1.003.63, 1.04, 1.003.63, 1.04, 1.07, 4.77. Okay, it tells us that it's valid for us to enter. So let's see whether it is a good place to buy. Alright, and it was a good place to buy. So one more trade to recover back the loss. I think we are having more losses in this section, and which is literally a proof that we are supposed to stop 1121, 1.03, 1.03, 1.39, 2.09, 1.03, 1.39, 2.09, 1.69, 1.42, 1.69, 1.42. That's not a strong signal, so we scrap it. We are not buying. We are not buying from there. And mind you, this particular software, you can use it to target up to 2x. No capping. Okay, so I'm just following my own money management. And that is why I'm doing it for this exactly, because the way I set up this money management, like I only want to use it to target 1.05. I have the one of 1.36. I have the one of 2x. Okay. So 1.79, 57.44, 57.44. Then we have, it's already getting slower again. What's happening? 2.56, 12.56. Alright, so that's the higher probability of buying. Okay, so let's see the result. What's happening again? Why is it slow? I hope it won't skip this one for me like this. Okay, good. It does not skip it. Thank God. So it's a winning trade, and we are. It skipped it. It skipped it. Oh, so we have to just wait for another valid one. Don't know why it's getting slower. We should have won that even not for the slow connection. 1, 1, 3, 1, 9, 1.04, 1.65, 1.04, 1.65, 3.06, 1.28. That's not a strong signal. 1, 2, 1, 1. The market is bullish, so the multipliers are all green. I'm supposed to be milking this market now. I don't mean we recovered. All of this is our money we are leaving on the table. Don't know why my network was slow the other time. So let's wait and see. we can find another entry. One, two, two, two. So we have 1.00, 1.08, 2.05, 1.00, 1.08, 2.05. Then we have 2.17, 2.14, 2.17. This should be a valid signal. Oh, not strong. Why? I have 1, 7, 1, 10, 30. We have 1.00, 7.38, 1.00, 7.38. So we have 1.37, 10.66, 1.37, 10.66, 30.24, 30.24. So let's see. It's still not a strong signal. Oh, let's wait. See, I've taken 10 trades, so I have to. Okay, it's a strong signal, so let's hope for the best. Is this a good buy? Boom, it's a good buy. That's a massive one. So we are going to continue from where we stopped. So now we've recovered back good, and we are now in profits. So let's continue. Now the early morning loss. Let's just continue. So we are up. And we are up 15%, right? We are up 15%. We are up 15% of our initial capital. That's massive. And my phone is just 1%, and I'm still going live. I don't know what's happening to my network. Why is it making this slow? Alright, so now we are. So you know what? I think this is going to be the last game now. If we to recover this, we go again. Any loss we have at the third leg, if we recover the third leg, then we are out. Okay, I think I've spent enough time here, like 1 hour, right? That's enough. We have 1.02, 1.38, 1.02, 1.38, 1.04, 1.89. Another slow network. So now we have 1.84. 1.84. More strong signal. So like now we are still in profit. We are still much more profitable from the chart, but we just need to recover it. We can still work out with our profit now, or we still insist on saying we want to recover. We have 1.02, 1.30, 5.85. 1.02, 1.30, 1.85.